Richard King, the defensive prodigy that Coach Steve McClaren needs to monitor closely. Join Premier 7 right now for the big chat. The difference between a successful coach and a great coach is the ability to inspire and empower their players. This is a popular quote written by John Wooden, and this speaks directly surrounding a Richard King. I have been speaking about English talents on several occasions surrounding who should be recruited for Jamaica. But it is a good thing as well to take into consideration our local players who have been representing the nation, hence playing proper football. And if not proper football, then there are areas for which it is seen that these players can do better than just what they can do at the moment. So the topic today surrounds the importance of Richard King, the defensive prodigy that Coach Steve McClaren needs to monitor closely. And this is not a question, this is a statement that I am putting out there. And of course, I just want to say that this video also have a poll that was being prepared. And the poll stated that should Richard King, who is a Jamaican, the talented defender, be closely monitored by Coach Steve McClaren? 63% says yes, 37% says no. And this is out of 30 votes. So there and then persons are saying then that this guy is a talent that should be monitored by Coach Steve McClaren. Before I jump into the details, I just want to say if you are new to Premier 7, please go ahead, watch, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you are already a subscriber, you know what to do. Premier 7 is also available on other platforms apart from YouTube, such as TikTok and Instagram. So today on the channel, I just want to run through the basic information of Richard King, an assessment of his talent by way of transfer market, and why should Coach Steve McClaren monitor him closely. All right, so Richard King is a Jamaican footballer, age 22. He plays for one of the proper teams here in Jamaica in the Premier League, Cavaliers, who has been doing quite well throughout the years. Hats off to Mr. Rudolph Speed. He has been doing exceptionally well for the development surrounding these players. And of course, for Richard King, he has been representing this amazing club from 2021, 51 appearances, 3 goals. Of course, in 2023, he went on a loan to IBV, 6 appearances, but he's back at his local club, Cavaliers. Of course, this guy has played for Jamaica internationally since 2022 to this present moment. 18 times this guy has represented Jamaica. And this shows that this guy is one of those talents for which we can say it's not like he hasn't represented Jamaica. He has played for us on several occasions. He seems consistent in areas. Yes, he needs development based on his age. And of course, this guy, for me, as I've said before, he needs to be monitored carefully. Because when you watch the games that he plays for the Jamaica men's national team, you can see that there's a talent. However, you might think that, he may be a bit, I won't say coward, to get into certain tackles. He doesn't look like a player who will slide in and be reckless. He doesn't look aggressive. So maybe Coach McClaren and his team can get that part of him sorted out. But he's a talent that I would love to see. So far, so good. Richard King, he has won the Jamaican Championship 2 times with Cavaliers, which is exceptional. His main position on the pitch is that of being a center back. He can play on the right side, he can play on the left side. So it shows that where flexibility is concerned, you can consider a Richard King. His preferred foot is the right foot. So let's say if you want for him to be cement in his position, then the right positional side of the pitch would more so be ideal. But guess what? That area of the pitch may be stacked with players. So seeing that he played in or on the left hand side on a few occasions, then it doesn't say that this guy cannot play on that end of the pitch for the Reggae Boys. So let's do a deeper check surrounding his statistical information here. And before I do so, just to point out some more information here. Yes, his main position is to play as a center back, but he have some form of experience playing at the left back, at the right back, and at the DM position. But hey, we want for our players to be specialized in their areas of not choice, but based on talent first, and then we can make some tweaking to if they can play elsewhere. Because we don't like when players are out of their position and then they are bombarded and playing football that may look chaotic. So far throughout his career as a player, I am seeing here 86 times he has made his appearances, and for a 22-year-old, it isn't bad. 7 goals and 1 assist. Let's not say we're going to expect goals from this guy, but we're seeing that he has the potential of playing football further. So Richard King, why should Coach Steve McClaren monitor him closely? On several occasions, we will see talents that can emerge to be exceptional. And once those talents are not considered or carefully watched or monitored, then obviously, or it can be a case in which these players will fall off and they do not return to the promises that we saw before. We can see talents right now that because of proper coaching from a 10-year age or from a developmental stage, they went on to become bright talents. Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe. Without a proper environment, without a proper system, let's say on and off the pitch, players' development will be stifled. And seeing how Richard King plays football in a composed manner, I think that the Jamaica Football Federation, if even Steve McClaren doesn't know much about him, they should have an idea to say that, we have a player by the name of Richard King. He has played for us on several occasions. He's a talent that plays for Cavaliers, and I think Rudolph Speed will basically push him into the watch eyes of Mr. Steve McClaren because he has been performing with talent. Not saying that, all players from Cavaliers should be playing for Jamaica, but just to say that because Mr. Speed understand his players from Cavaliers, they have been winning titles, like not say every year, but sometimes. Richard King, who has won titles at certain age, 22, looks as if he can hit a different level. And I was looking on a news feed surrounding himself and Kyle Dixon when they were doing some form of cleanup with Supreme Ventures, and himself and Kyle Dixon was there assisting. That shows that these two guys will be involved in community development. And when that happens, you see that these players are not only about playing football on the pitch, but they want to lead as example. So therefore, I would even think that this guy Richard King could even move from Cavaliers and get some more experience on the European stage. But only time will tell. But the thing is, let's say now that Jamaica is stocked with defenders. He may not be the person to be given a chance to start in every game, but there could be cases where injuries occur and we need for a defender who understands Jamaica system and can be adjusted to the Jamaica system. To me, this guy can do so. You would have to pick him for the games. He's not a player who I see as being aggressive, but ball control, making the simple passes, getting rid of or getting out of some tight spots, I think he have that potential to do so. Yes, there are areas in his game that needs to be developed, like say confidence and so forth, but you cannot just use those basic things to judge a player. Overall, this player has been playing for Jamaica and he has the experience. I don't see many names being pushed out there, but this guy has been given opportunities, and I don't see him as a player who will always be average. I see him as a player who can hit a different level. So, people, what do you think about the topic surrounding Richard King, the defensive prodigy that Coach Steve McClaren needs to monitor closely? For me, I think you need to monitor him because this guy can become great for Jamaica, and it's only for them to do to get this guy given the opportunity. So it's for you now, the fans, to have your own say surrounding the topic shared. And of course, you know that I will be always on board once I am available to answer your reply. So take care until we meet again.